Yeah, I just felt that it was time to get it trimmed and get it shorter. Actually, had someone, well, it was a dude, but he said that it looked a lot like Gosling's. Yeah, Ryan Gosling. Whoa, stop! Watching that fat guy talk about football in front of his webcam. Hey, come watch me, yours truly, your host, Hassan Khan, on this week's edition of Time to Football. Now, the NFL playoffs started off with a bang, as in Wild Card Weekend. 3 out of 4 games came down to the wire within the last 2 minutes. Who's to say the divisional round won't fail to disappoint either, as only 8 teams remain fighting for a chance to win that Lombardi Trophy. Hungriest player of the week, the one that wanted it the most. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck threw 3 interceptions versus the Chiefs and had them down 38-10 in the third quarter. But you never, ever count out the prodigal son who had the most fourth quarter comebacks of any quarterback within the last 2 years. He led the Colts to an amazing comeback, down by 28 points, the second biggest deficit in NFL history. He led them to a victory 45-44 by throwing 4 touchdowns and leading the Colts to a victory and moving on to the divisional round to face the New England Patriots. And that's why he is the hungriest player of the week. 8 teams are still eligible and competing this weekend in the divisional round to win that trip to MetLife Stadium. Starting in the NFC, New Orleans travels to Seattle. Ah, yes, beast mode was unleashed the last time these 2 teams faced off in the playoffs. That was back in 2010 when the Seahawks upset the Saints. Let's go to more relevant news when actually, the Seahawks still annihilated the Saints 34-7 earlier this year. And the Seahawks have only lost 1 home game in the last 2 years. But if history tells us anything, the Saints have a good shot at winning this, because 4 of the last 6 seasons, the number 1 NFC seed never won a single playoff game. Can it happen this year? San Francisco versus Carolina. Both teams faced off earlier this year when the Panthers won 10-9 and Kaepernick only had 54 net yards passing. But is passing really relevant when you have 2 great rushing quarterbacks that have combined for over 2,000 yards rushing and 19 total rushing touchdowns in the past year and a half? Over in the AFC, Indianapolis travels to Foxborough to take on New England. This is the first time these 2 teams will face without Peyton Manning on the Colts roster, and we believe his counterpart Tom Brady is the master of the postseason, and rightfully so. He's had 5 Super Bowl appearances and won 3 of them. But, interesting fact, since the Patriots lost that undefeated season to the New York Giants back in Super Bowl 42, they've been 3-5 in the postseason. Last, we have the Chargers and Broncos dueling it out in the Rocky Mountains. That Denver offense didn't fail to amaze this past season, having over 400 yards of total offense in every single game, except for 2. And guess who they faced in those 2 games? You got it, San Diego. Also, Peyton is 0-2 in his entire career when it comes to facing the Chargers in the playoffs. Can he get over that hump? Well, that's all I got planned for this week, so you guys can close out of this tab and go look up your BustyAsianBeauties.com. Get it? From Supernatural, the show? Anyone? No? Okay, well, I don't think a lot of people are going to get that reference anyways because my videos don't get a lot of views. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at @HassanKhan. Use the hashtag TimeOfFootball. If there's anything that you want to tweet to me, I'll 100% promise to reply all the time, every time. Oh yeah, and Lindsay Throne. And remember, This is the place to go for your NFL news, content, entertainment, innuendos, the feature football pleasure. I'm here to deliver the best thing that happened in the NFL since Adam Vinatieri made 3 game-winning clutch field goals and 3 Super Bowls to lead the Patriots to 3 Super Bowl victories. I have ambitions of being an NFL broadcaster and / analyst, telling you too can pursue your passions if you just stay hungry.